Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only AI you know is ChatGPT. Let's be real. Most people over 40 use ChatGPT like it's Google. Copy, paste, ask a basic question, move on. That's not how smart people use AI. Tomorrow, we're starting the 28-day AI challenge for beginners over 40. Just 15 minutes a day to level up. In 1 week, you'll feel unstoppable. In 2 weeks, you'll have your strategy. In a month, you'll wonder
to Suno by Timbaland, allegedly, and we saw basically there was a new version spit out by Suno. And so then there were questions bouncing all around. Did this producer give permission, right? This was seemingly a big surprise. Is it copyright infringement? And so all this stuff started kind of percolating, which resulted in this joint statement by Timbaland and his attorney. So in the joint statement, at least starting with Timbaland, he apologized. He goes, I formally apologize to K-Fresh. I should have done my due diligence before using the song. And I said, are you kidding me? This was the entire reason why Suno got sued by the major record labels a year ago. And it was because there was an allegation that Suno was using other people's music without authorization, feeding it into its AI, not paying anyone anything. So we literally saw in real time what these allegations were by Timbaland. And so these lawsuits had been filed not just by the major record labels against Suno and Udio, but my office, with a class action law firm, we joined up to also file lawsuits on behalf of independent music creators for the exact same thing. So, back to Timbaland. We see this happen, we go, okay, there was significant outrage to this, understandably so. And my reaction to this, actually in part, was to what the lawyer for Timbaland had to say in her statement, because she goes, well, look, what Timbaland did in remixing on Suno's platform was a violation of the terms of service for Suno, but it, quote, did not violate the law. This is wrong. It is copyright infringement to take someone's song that you don't own, that you don't have permission to use, to then put it into AI to be trained on. Guess what that AI does? It makes a copy. It learns because it makes a copy, and it puts that copy into its neural network. That is the instance, or one of the instances, of copyright infringement, because outside of AI, guys, when you go and say you want to sample and you want to take someone's song and put it in your song and you make a copy, that's copyright infringement. So the allegation is that when the AI does this training, it is copyright infringement because it's not a permitted use. The defense to date has been, well, it's fair use. And if it's fair use, under the law, then this is our defense, so we're not going to be held liable. But what's amazing here is that, number one, this happened in such a very public kind of way, very recently, and that we're seeing this recreation and this remix. So what's the update? Because everyone knows about this. The update is that I've had one of our followers reach out to me and say, hey, we just identified a loophole. And the loophole is that specifically on Suno, you can go and you can upload other people's songs. There is a disclaimer that pops up when you go to upload audio, and it says, quote, I certify, I own or exclusively control all rights in any content that I upload to Suno. So you're saying, I pinky promise that I own this stuff, and if I don't, it's my fault, and I'll be held liable. This is not good enough. So what I'm saying is that part one of this, and why we've actually filed these lawsuits, and I'm going to explain to you, if you want to join and be a part of this, we'll explain it at the end of the video, but the whole reason for the lawsuit is that the copyright infringement not only happened, but Suno and Udio both came back in their answers to the lawsuits by the major record labels and said, yeah, we did it. So they admitted that they just freely did this. They knew that they were doing this. They went to publicly accessible platforms, and importantly, from what we can reasonably gather, it sounds like they kind of went to Spotify. Maybe they went to YouTube. Maybe they went to SoundCloud. This is the information that we're going to get as part of our lawsuits. What did they download? I want a ledger. And I want to know what platforms they specifically went to, because the nuclear part of this that these companies didn't think about is that they may have violated the terms of service for these other business platforms, meaning Spotify. And so if it comes out that these companies went, broke through Spotify, took music without authorization from these companies' platforms, they now have potential claims against some of the biggest music business businesses in the world that are going to be coming at them. So I don't think they anticipated that. I certainly don't think they anticipated our class action lawsuits, because you know what? Independent music creators are going to stand up for themselves. And we are. We are doing this right now. I'm an independent music creator myself. I'm very passionate about this on your guys' behalf. And so that's why when the Copyright Office came out with its pre-publication report and said, you know what, we've analyzed it and we think that expressive content like music, when an AI company comes and takes that and then trains its AI to then create a competing product that is the exact same, that is music, to then use it in a commercial kind of way, that it is very unlikely fair use. So understanding that potentially these companies' entire argument has now been blown up by the most influential agency when it comes to copyright issues, that's really helpful. And that was very persuasive for me in deciding to bring these class action lawsuits, but we have now had at least one court ruling that is consistent with this analysis. So as we're looking at this, we go, okay, basically, what's this loophole that we've just been alerted to? And actually, I'm gonna do my very best, but this is on a live stream right now. I'm gonna do my very best to help this person remain anonymous. I don't wanna get them into trouble. I am going to play a portion of what they were able to get Suno to do. So it's this whole, if you upload something.
Quick question, man. How many of y'all using AI right now? Like, y'all using AI and y'all approve of using AI? Let me know something in the comments.
And you say, I want you to remix my song. And I want you to remix the song, but what if it's Lady Gaga's Paparazzi song? Can we get it to remix that? Well, let's take a look and see.
The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. They stole my chips and then they run, hurrah, hurrah.
What we just heard was intended just to be a parody, okay? So just to put in some funny lyrics, but what you heard, what I would argue is an interpolation. This is a huge loophole for continued infringement that is happening right now. This is a major record label song by a major artist that someone just now was able to go in and interpolate into a brand new version. You are not supposed to be able to do this. This goes to our entire point, that there already was infringement on a massive scale, and that's the basis of our class action lawsuits right now. But a part of the problem is that there's ongoing infringement that's not being addressed. And I don't know what this looks like on the tech side. Are there not strong enough filters in place? Do we not have a robust enough system for the files that are being uploaded into Suno? But with the Timbaland situation, what became apparent is that you saw someone in real time who, by the way, is actually the creative advisor for Suno, but you saw someone in real time create a new version and commit copyright infringement of a producer's song. So there are two parts of this problem, and that's why the problem has become even more complex, is that there is a different type of infringement that is happening by third parties. There are third-party infringers who are utilizing these platforms. So with that being said, I promise, as far as if you want to get involved with this to join the fight, this is such a moment in music industry history, because things are changing, and there has to be a coming together to figure this out so that AI and its use in the creation of music, and there can be a coexistence. We're working towards that future. But right now, we have to deal with the wrongdoing that happens. So if you want to be involved, you can go to indieailawsuit.com and get involved in one of two.
They definitely should be sued. Like, one thing about it though, nobody's really paying attention to this AI shit. It's gonna get real, you hear me?
Two ways. One, you can become a plaintiff. You can actually join these class action lawsuits, and we show you how to do that. Or two, if you are, let's say, a family member, a friend of someone who is a music creator, or you just want to support this, just get on our email list. You can be a part of the open letter that we're writing. You can be a part of everything that happens in these cases, including just to actually receive updates. So in order to get this word out, it's really up to you guys. So I hope you will share this out to at least one person. I'm Top Music Attorney, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Exactly. I mean, really, they could write that shit out of the program. Like, all they gotta do is, if anybody know anything about coding, all they gotta basically do is write it in the code. True or false. If you know anything about coding and statements, then they can write the shit out of the code. Like me personally, if you're using AI to mix your art your music or your tracks or whatever, that's cool. But if you using AI to write lyrics for you, it automatically disqualifies you. I mean, my bad, but disqualifies you from being a top 10 motherfucker. Like, you can't be on nobody's list because ultimately, man, you're not writing your music. The computer's doing it for you. But yeah, this was just a test run, so you know, this channel I'm gonna be covering a lot of music and tech, you know. So if you're rocking with me in these early stages, man, start up. In these startup stages, man, get with me. Stay with me, man. I got more to come.